Hello everyone. Today we are going to study a new lesson, The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Fawcett. This is a mysterious story about how a pilot gets into trouble by making the wrong decision of getting into a storm in the middle of the night. The moon was coming up in the east behind me, and stars were shining in the clear sky above me. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. I was happy to be alone, high up above the sleeping countryside. Here, the pilot is flying his plane Dakota in the mid of the night. It is about 1:30 in the mid of the night, and he is at peace because the sky is clear. Everybody in the city down has fallen asleep while he was flying over France to England. And he was fantasizing about holidaying with his family after a very long time. I should call Paris Control soon, I thought. As I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane, I saw the lights of a big city in front of me. I switched on the radio. Here, the aeroplane is in France now, and the pilot thought of informing the Paris Control personnel about his presence in the sky at that point. He could clearly see the lights of the Paris city blaring at him, and he was now to inform the control agency. And he got the reply up with the instructions of what he has to do next. I checked the map and the compass, switched over to my second and last fuel tank, and turned the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. I'll be in time for breakfast, I thought. A good big English breakfast. Here, after receiving the instructions from the control center, the pilot is taking on each and every step as per what has been guided to him. All this time he is thinking only about his family and having a good breakfast with them as he would be on his destination point. He is calm here and very much planned. Paris was about 150 kilometers behind me when I saw the clouds, storm clouds. They were huge. They looked like black mountains standing in front of me across the sky. Now, this pilot, when he started flying, the sky was clear. But suddenly he finds huge black clouds which appear to him as mountains. Now, the problem here is that he is using his last fuel tank and he has to quickly make a decision whether he must go back to Paris or he must enter these dark clouds. It is a tough decision here, but finally, just thinking about his family, he decides that he has to enter these dark black clouds. Inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane. The old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air. I looked at the compass. I couldn't believe my eyes. The compass was turning round and round and round. It was dead. Now, after entering these black clouds, he finds himself into a big problem as he is not able to see anything, and each and every instrument that he has to use for guiding him to any particular direction has become dead. Paris Control, can you hear me? There was no answer. The radio was dead too. I had no radio, no compass, and I could not see where I was. I was lost in the storm. Then in the black clouds quite near me, I saw another aeroplane. Now this is something very important here. This pilot is trying to catch up with the Paris Control Center and he is getting no reply because the radio is dead. On the other hand, suddenly, amidst these black clouds, he finds another aeroplane just next to him. This aeroplane that's just next to him has got a pilot who is turning towards him. And the pilot who is lost here is very happy to see the other person. He lifted one hand and waved, like the other pilot is just guiding him to follow him, and he has got no other choice, so he blindly follows him. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of my Dakota, so that it would be easier for me to follow him. I was very happy to go behind the strange aeroplane like an obedient child. Now the person who has suddenly appeared in the black clouds is guiding this man and has taken him out of those black clouds. He is left with just a little bit of fuel in his last tank, which could make him run only for 5 to 10 minutes more. I was starting to feel frightened again, but then he started to go down and I followed through the storm. Suddenly I came out of the clouds and saw two long straight lines of light in front of me. What a relief it was for this person who was so far stuck up in a black storm. Finally, he was out of the storm and he could see a runaway ahead of him. He was finally safe. As soon as he landed, he turned around to see for the friend who has helped him in the storm. But there was nobody behind or even near him. I could not see it anywhere. There was no plane around anymore. I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota near the control tower. I went and asked a woman in the control center where I was and who the other pilot was. I wanted to say thank you. Now this pilot has landed, but he doesn't know where he has landed. So he just leaves his Dakota behind and he runs to the control center and asks the women sitting there where he was. And he also wanted to know about the other pilot because he wanted to say thank you for saving him from the storm. She looked at me very strangely and then laughed. Another aeroplane up there in the storm. No other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar. So who helped me to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio and without any more fuel in my tanks? Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? Now this is what the mystery is. The lady at the counter has informed this person that there was no other plane in the sky in that stormy night. And now there was nobody to answer this pilot who was just about to meet his family, that who in the middle of the night in a storm cloud helped him to get out without a compass or a radio and even without optimum amount of fuel in his tanks. Who was he? There's no answer to this question. We have to find out the answer if we can. I hope you like the story. Though the mystery remains unsolved, but there are a lot of mysteries which are always unsolved.